Well, Louisville takes on the new #1 team in the nation on Saturday, Syracuse, and it will be the final game in Freedom Hall, a sad goodbye for thousands of fans.
Yeah, but for one longtime season ticket holder who's been faithful in the good times and the bad, it is an end of an era. Wave 3's Connie Leonard has the story.
Places like Freedom Hall are just icons and historic places that you're never going to replace.
For 54 seasons, historic Freedom Hall has been home to some of the greatest games of all time, showcasing the nation's top basketball rivalries, superstar players, and legendary coaches. And one man has been lucky enough to see it all.
It's coming to a stop, and it's very hard. I mean,
for more than 40 years, University of Louisville Fanatic Bill Stark has been part of the Freedom Hall fabric from his cherished front row seat.
And I feel like it's my job to really kind of get everybody fired up. Well, I mean, it's such an intimate, it's like an extension of your living room down there.
His coveted bird's eye view, a family tradition.
He was wise enough to know the value of front row seats in Freedom Hall.
At age 6, Stark remembers hanging out on the court with Dad Bill Sr., handing cheerleaders pom-poms.
My father and I, bonded down there since I was a child.
Through the years, Stark's look has changed, but his enthusiasm for his beloved Cards never waned. His loyalty displayed with his signature voodoo doll, creative signs, and yes, face paint.
I just can't control myself.
Stark even lost jobs over his love for Louisville. In college, he got canned for skipping work for games. One night, he ended up on TV, and his boss had a surprise for him the next morning.
With my face frozen on every television in Circuit City, and they said, "This is what happens when you call in sick for."
It didn't stop him from making it on national television. He's got his own ESPN highlight reel with wife Charisse, more than 100 apperances.
And it just freaks me out. I mean, I'm just in awe that that
you kind of draw attention to yourself.
I do. And really, it's like a split personality. I'm really a shy guy. I'm a very shy person normally,
He is the guy who stands to cheer when everyone else is sitting down.
I'm getting the nickname Pork Chop from him now. It's like, sit down, Pork Chop.
Even fans he irritates have become friends over the years. They appreciate a guy who comes to play every game.
If you're fortunate enough to be down there, I feel like you need to have an impact on the game.
He's not kidding. Take a look at Stark shouting behind the Villanova player who tries to inbound the ball.
Action shot. Let's get Bill to freak out the inbounds guy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can't get it in bounds. Look at that. See, bad pass. That's impact.
Although he's been a tried and true fan for more than 4 decades and is excited for the new arena, his front row show is about to close.
Unfortunately, it's all based on points, and the man with the most money wins. That is the hardest chapter in my life to try to close right now. I mean, I'm really kind of, losing sleep over it.
They can't take the memories. One of his favorites, when the floor was dedicated to honor former Cards head coach Denny Crum.
One of the greatest moments of my life, because Denny was such an impact in my life.
All the rest are the great times with his dad before he lost his battle with cancer in 1989.
One of my last memories with my father was at a U of L basketball game.
That's why it will be so hard to say goodbye come Saturday.
And I'm going to cry like a baby. I'm already crying every time we go to a game. I'm hanging around for 3 hours afterwards. I don't want to leave. It's really getting a little tougher on me than I thought it would be. I'm just so excited about the new arena, but I hate to see the old traditions die.
U of L officials tell us all season ticket holders will get a letter in the next 2 weeks, and in late April, fans will start picking seats in the new arena. They tell us longevity does matter, and Stark ranks in the top 25%, so he has a good chance to get his seats. As for this weekend's game, many of the greatest players of all time will be there, so he's going to need a big box of Kleenex. Connie Leonard, Wave 3 News.